Bum bum. Thinking out loud.
Hello, welcome to our podcast, Thinking Out Loud.
I'm Alma.
And I'm Sophia, and in today's episode, we will be diving deep into a topic that seems extremely talked about but not much analyzed: fashion.
Not only the clothes you might wear daily, but your accessories, lack of them. Your favorite sweater that you have a personal and emotional connection with. Well, have you ever thought about what it might say about you and the way you want to make an impression on people?
Precisely. Do you wear bright yellow and pinks? Do you tend to be attracted to more of a navy blue or black? Does your mood affect what you wear and how energetic or exhausted you are? Even though clothing might not be your passion, or you tend to have the opinion that fashion is useless and that it's just another way companies gain money out of visuals, you might still be making fashion choices about the outfit you pick every morning, depending on your emotional and physical state and the colors you like.
The point is, fashion and style isn't only about clothes you wear, but about how you see yourself and what suits you as a person, that could express to others who you are and what type of person you want to seem.
So let's take first impressions as an example. Do you remember the first time you met one of your closest friends? Well, what exactly were they wearing? I bet you have no clue. However, I also bet that you remember the outfits you have worn on special occasions, don't you?
Yeah, I remember lots of them. Events like prom, New Year's Eve, Christmas, or even the first day of school. You remember these outfits because you most likely planned them. Those never before going to school or summer. Oh, wait. What's going on? Sorry. Those nerves before going to school in the summer and not knowing exactly what to wear, as even though you might never admit it, you feel insecure and unsure about outfit choices or what first impression you want to make on your peers and friends.
This is because you're using it to communicate yourself to others and to make yourself seem more approachable. To a human eye, unique and brightly colors make outfits communicate energy and confidence, as these people are not afraid to stand out. On the other hand, basic outfits could convey someone as organized and practical.
Furthermore, clothing might also express people's career choices.
People that may dress smart casual might fit into business. However, people that use ecological brands and wear brighter colors may be interested in humanities.
Exactly. This is because 87% of employees feel that a casual dress code improves morale and mental health in the workplace. And 47% of employees feel that casual dress improves productivity, with 51% saying they do their best work when they're casually dressed.
Humanities students often gravitate towards bright colors and experimental creative fashion as a form of self-expression, identity construction, and personal exploration. This tendency is driven by the academic and social environment of the liberal arts disciplines, which prioritize individuality, subjective experience, and communication of ideas.
But what are the steps to picking your outfit or clothing, or what you're going to wear on a daily basis? Well, first you have what seems to be called the enclothed cognition. During this process, your brain assigns meaning to clothes. A crisp blazer signifies authority to your brain, causing you to feel more competent and confident, while a soft sweater signals comfort.
You're right. Studies show that wearing specific items like a lab coat or a power suit can literally alter your focus, creativity, and alertness based on what you believe that clothing represents.
The next step is impressions.
Yes, at this point, you're likely considering how your clothes will be interpreted by others.
Your brain knows that people from impressions understand your status, trustworthiness, and competence with a millisecond of seeing you. The brain evaluates the setting to ensure your outfit fits the social norms, or conversely, helps you stand out, thus managing how you are perceived.
Are you thinking of what you're going to wear on that date on Saturday? What gym outfit is going to make you look scary, strong, and locked in? Your brain is controlling those thoughts all based on impressions.
As well as this, clothing choices are frequently used to manage your emotional state. Clothing choices are frequently when you're stressed out or overwhelmed, the brain might trigger a default effect, using you to pick more familiar and safe and comfortable clothes to reduce decision and fatigue.
It is also a form of identity. I know it's weird to say that fashion defines you because it really doesn't, but it defines what you like and how you're feeling or what excites you. And clothing might feel like you, and it strengthens your sense of self-worth and authenticity. So it also depends on emotional and decision-making skills. If you're tired, you might go for the first and most comfortable-looking outfit in your closet. This therefore expresses your tiredness and lack of effort on that day to save mental energy and make people around you understand your mood better.
This also links to a very important part of our outfits and style, our accessories.
Accessories are often small parts of an outfit, but they can be the loudest. Think about it. Before someone knows your name, they might notice your earrings, your chains, your rings, or the fact that you're wearing none at all. Accessories are a form of nonverbal communication. They can signal confidence, creativity, minimalism, rebellion, elegance, or practicality. Sometimes they're intentional, and sometimes they're just habits, but either way, they tell a story.
Now let's talk about the most important thing about jewelry: silver, gold, or both. While people who lean towards gold often gravitate towards warmth, tradition, and boldness, gold tends to stand out. It can feel luxurious, confident, even powerful. Wearing gold can be about wanting to be seen or wanting to feel grounded and elevated at the same time.
On the other hand, silver feels cooler, calmer, and more understated. Silver wearers are sometimes drawn to simplicity, balance, and versatility. It blends in more easily, which can reflect a personality that's subtle but intentional.
Of course, this is not always true, and people might mix the two or wear one or the other, depending on what suits their outfit more or how they're feeling on that day.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot. For example, on a sunny day, I might wear gold or I might wear it with dark reds and colors that suit it. However, on cold seasons like winter, silver is sometimes the best option that suits icy weather.
Now let's talk about quantity. If you love wearing a lot of accessories, layered necklaces, stacked rings, bold earrings, that can reflect a personality that's expressive and detail-oriented. You might enjoy storytelling through your appearance. Every piece might have a meaning, a memory, or just a vibe that feels like you.
If you prefer minimal accessories, that doesn't mean you care less. In fact, it often means the opposite. Minimalists tend to be intentional. One necklace, one ring, one watch. Each piece specifically chosen carefully. This can reflect a personality that values clarity, simplicity, and control over excess. Neither approach is better, they're just different ways of showing up.
What's interesting in the accessories that they don't just reflect who you are. They can influence how you feel. Wearing your favorite jewelry can make you feel more confident, more put together, or more like yourself. Some people even have armor pieces, items that you wear on important days to feel strong or safer. Accessories can shift your posture, your energy, and how you interact with others. They're small, but they're powerful.
I agree. At the end of the day, even though jewelry might not be the most seen or largest part of an outfit, it can bring personality and a sense of self to it. Whether it's a necklace that you've never taken off or a variety of necklaces which change on a daily day, depending on your outfit you're wearing.
So far, we've talked a lot about fashion as something personal, more often than a reflection of our mood, identity, confidence levels, and our attention to detail. But what's really interesting is that our fashion choices don't exist in isolation. Society and media we consume plays a huge role in shaping what we wear and how we interpret what other people wear.
Even when we think we're dressing just for ourselves, we're still influenced by societal expectations, trends, and unspoken rules in our daily environment. Think about how we pick different outfits depending on the setting we are in and what we feel is appropriate. For example, what you'd wear to school probably isn't the same as what you'd wear on a party or a job interview.
That's because of social norms. These are unwritten rules that guide our behavior in psychology. This links to normative social influence, which basically means we change our behavior, or in this case our clothing, to fit in and avoid standing out too much. Sometimes standing out feels as if you're taking a risk. It may feel like you'll be judged or excluded.
Yes, that's why trends spread around so quickly. People don't just follow them because they like them, but because they want to belong and be up to date with the latest trends.
I'm sure you've seen all around school dozens of girls with bags from the same brand and collection, or guys wearing minimalistic clothing from the same brand. There are hundreds of examples of trends and unspoken rules people follow.
Next time you find yourself in a day-to-day setting such as school, work, or simply city center, just take a moment to notice what people are wearing as a whole. It might surprise you.
Even though many places don't have a mandatory dress code, social norms create an almost unspoken dress code, where most people decide to dress similarly instead of standing out.
Sometimes we can say that fashion isn't about expression, but about protection of our reputation and how others perceive you due to social norms in your culture and environment. This is where the halo effect comes in.
The halo effect is a cognitive bias where we make a judgment about someone based on characteristics like their appearance.
So if someone looks well-dressed or put together, we might actually assume they're smarter, kinder, or more capable.
And the opposite happens too. If someone dresses casually, they might be judged as being more laid back or lazy.
What's scary isn't that is that these judgments happen mostly intuitive, without us even realizing. Our brains are filling in gaps about someone's personality before they even speak.
This leads us into implicit bias. This refers to unconscious attitudes or stereotypes that affect how we predict our experiences.
People don't usually intend to judge, but this behavior is learned through society, media, and our experiences.
Clothing can trigger making assumptions such as gender stereotypes and cultural biases. Typically, women are often judged more harshly for what they wear, and cultural clothing choices are sometimes misunderstood or unfairly labeled.
Dress codes in schools and workplaces can also reinforce these biases, even when they claim to promote neutrality. So fashion can actually become a source of inequality, not because of the clothes themselves, but because of how we interpret them.
Clothing also plays a role in power and authority. In psychology, this links to authority bias, where we're more likely to understand or trust or obey people who look authoritative.
Yes, uniforms, formal wear, and professional clothing all signal competence and legitimacy. This is why a doctor in a white coat or someone in a suit is often taken more seriously, even before they prove anything.
Clothing can give people credibility before it's earned. Even in fiction, superheroes are shown as powerful thanks to their flashy suits, bright colors that makes them instantly recognizable.
As mentioned before, clothing can help you channel different emotions or mindsets. A power stance, confidence, grace, or charisma. This brings up a real important question. Are we dressing for ourselves, or are we performing a version of ourselves?
Psychology calls this self-presentation, or impression management, which is adjusting how we appear depending on who's present.
You might dress one way around friends, another way at school, and completely differently on social media. And sometimes that performance feels rewarding, but other times it feels exhausting.
Fashion can stop being about expression and start being about meeting expectations. The line between being your authentic self and being performative can become really blurry.
Social media makes this even more intense, since we're constantly exposed to curated images of how people look, but as we know, social media is only a reflection of what people choose to share.
Which links to social comparison theory, where we evaluate ourselves through comparison. Outfits can no longer show a part of your identity, but a part of public desired image. This, in turn, may make us feel anxious to fit into unrealistic standards.
This is very relevant during teenage years and young adults too, since it's a key stage of formation of our identity. Did you know our brain isn't fully developed until you're 26, 25?
Yeah, while style can change signal group belonging during the stages of our life, this can also pressure to be authentic while still fitting in. So really, can authenticity exist when our appearance is constantly judged?
The answer is yes, authenticity can still exist, but instead of hyperfixating on what that may mean for you, simply wear what you feel more confident, happy, or comfortable in. There's no specific style that is the best, but as the saying goes, if you look good, you feel good.
Yes. You should always wear what feels best to you as long as it isn't offensive to others. So as we can see, fashion isn't shallow, it's deeply psychological.
It is shaped by societal influence, cognitive bias, perceptions, and identity. The halo effect, implicit bias, and social norms all affect how we see others and ourselves.
So next time you get dressed, maybe ask yourself, am I expressing who I am or performing who I'm expected to be?
Because fashion isn't just about clothes, it's about being human. So thank you for listening.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode on psychology behind fashion.